Good evening, madam.
Hello.
Hello. How are
Hello.
things?
Very well, mate. We should start meeting like this 2 times a
I
week.
know, it's getting too regular.
Wow, what's going on?
Getting crazy. So, we are doing some Middle Eastern fragrances. Getting a bit
Some
of a frog in my throat.
yeah, some catchy
Yeah,
throat. They had
getting a
some,
bit of
some
husky going
sexy
on there.
groggy going on there.
Bit of Phoebe Buffet. We have been kindly sent some samples and fragrance from superfragrances.co.uk. And this is all from the brand. I'm going to probably kill the name, but it's Ahmed Al Maghribi. So what we're going to do is Ant's got some samples. I've got a bottle and a sample, so we're going to go over each one, give you the note breakdown, let you know what they smell like, and go over all that fancy jazz.
Fancy jazz.
Fancy jazz. Mr. Tony's in the house. How are we doing?
T-Dog.
Good to see you, Mr. T Dog of the Bone. So just to give you a bit of info on the brand itself. So they've been very much a sort of Dubai brand. They've mentioned that they've been around making perfumes for about 20 years now. They've also mentioned they've got like 100 showrooms across like Dubai, Kuwait, sort of Saudi Arabia and all them kind of areas. So they've got a lot going on. So what they've done, they've moved their sort of business, quite new really, into Europe, into UK. So it's not a known brand as such in the UK because they're just sort of establishing themselves. Just starting to come out over here. And Super Fragrances are the official distributors across the UK and Europe. So that's a little bit about them. So what we're going to do is go over each of these fragrances, give the note breakdown, tell you how they smell, are they strong, what have you, and yeah, let's get cracking.
I think it's a bit of a sneak peek here that they're strong.
They are strong.
They're strong.
Strong.
They strong. Do you want to go over the main attraction first, or
I'll go first. So the first one that we've got is called Leather. So this is the box. You've got a little bag on here.
Nice little touch there.
So let me show you the bottle, and then I'll go over the notes. It's a familiar scent profile. So this is the bottle, frosted. You got the shiny leather logo at the bottom, and then you've got a sort of wooded cap with the brand on the top. So to sort of give you a rundown in terms of notes on this particular frag,
I quite like that. I just before we go into that, I quite like that bottle. It kind of reminds me of Dolce & Gabbana The One, but a bit frosted.
Yeah, it's a very smart bottle. This doesn't feel cheap. It's not heavy, but it feels like it's got quality to it. It's not like a sort of plasticky bottle at all. It's decent. It's very nice. I like the look of it. Like I said, it's got that Dolce & Gabbana look to it. And it's a click on, so it's not something that can just fall off with the lid. Really sort of decent bottle, and it's not like a sticker either on the front of the bottle.
Into the glass.
Yeah, it's etched into the glass. So really nice sort of presentation to the bottle. So just in terms of notes that they've got, so top notes, I'm guessing, let's see if you can pick up what we're going for. So we've got top notes, raspberry and fruity notes. The heart notes are thyme, saffron, leathery notes, and the base is woody notes, musk and amber. So this little bad boy is 50 mils, and the price that it's going for at the Mo is £44.99 from superfragrances.co.uk.
It's not too bad for a 50 ml.
Yeah, good price. This, I'm going to first off, before I get into the smell, is just tell you this is an absolute monster. If you're into your performance and you want a performer, this will take out a stadium. This is monstrous. So I was just saying to Ant before we came on, just opening the lid, and I was in my living room, didn't even have to spray it, and I could smell it like across from the room. So this is how strong this stuff is. And I've sprayed it when I first got it, and the smell just lasted in the room for a long time, very long time. So performance, if that's a big thing for you, this is monstrous. Probably one of the strongest fragrances that I've smelt. So just in terms of smell, if you didn't gather, this is quite an interpretation of Tuscan leather.
Yeah, Tony picked up on it. He said Tuscan leather if it has raspberry. So yeah, he got that straight away.
Yeah, so this is I'd probably say it's a very nice interpretation of it. It's not performance. Yes, it's overpowering, but the smell is in line with what you'd get from Tuscan leather. It's very recognizable straight away. It's, I wouldn't say the quality is poor on this at all. This would blow away the original Tuscan leather in terms of performance. The note breakdown, you can pick up the raspberry, you can pick up the leather. I think this is a really, really good interpretation of Tuscan leather. Strong performance, the similar DNA, and yeah, it's decent. How would it hold up to the others? I think it depends on what you like. So I think performance can go either way. Some people could be put off by filling out a room, and it's too loud. But then other people will absolutely love it because they want to be noticed and they want to take out everyone with the fragrance. So it's dependent really on what your preference is. But yeah, really like this one.
So that'll last probably like 10 lifetimes then.
Mate, this is you'd probably kill everyone in an office with this performance. So I may try it out in an office and see what it does and what reactions I get. But yeah, if you love Tuscan leather and you want crazy performance, this is really, really good, especially for the price. For 50 mil. Yeah, good one. And do you want to start off with one of your?
Yeah, samples? so we as Nick said, so we got sent the bottle and we got sent a load of samples as well. So I got 3 samples of different fragrances that they offer, all from the same company. So the first one I'll go over. The first one I'll go over, I think the reason I'm going to go for it first is because I found it the most challenging, personally, to initially just kind of get the smell of, but also to wear as well. It's a really, really strong, challenging fragrance. Now, all of these fragrances of the 3 samples that I've got are prominently oud, and they have a prominent oud presence within them. You can smell oud in all of them. So the one that we'll talk about first is called Bin Shake. It's got the sample pack is just here, but it's got like a breakdown of everything in there, and that's what the bottle looks like. It looks quite fancy, it looks like quite golden and quite luxurious, and it does have a note breakdown in it. So just to kind of give you a description of what it is, the notes in it on the top are French lavender, saffron, rose, citrus, and oak moss. So it's quite a lot of notes in this one as well. In the heart, you've got jasmine, orchid, sugar, violet, and incense. And in the base, you've got patchouli, oud, ambroxan, white musk, and amber resin. So it's a really dense, really kind of like resinous and thick fragrance. And I mean, I've got a few on some tester strips now just to kind of top up my memory on them. The main player, like I said, in this one is oud. So if you are an oud lover, it's going to appeal to you because that's the very first thing you smell. I mean, amongst all of the other notes in it, it's what you get. If you then continue to smell, you do get more of the base notes than you do anything else. So the amber does come through somewhat. I don't get any of the ambroxan, and I don't get any of like the sugar or anything like that. It's definitely not sweet. It's just there is something, and like I said, the reason that I'm talking about this first is because it's probably the one I've got least to say about, if I'm being honest, because the oud is really quite challenging in it for me. It's more along the lines of I wouldn't say skanky oud because it just sounds cliche to say it, but it's really quite a challenging oud. So to me, this would probably appeal to more of your oud connoisseurs that like different shades of oud. But I'm more of I do like oud in the background of something rather than it being a prominent note. I always find it a little bit challenging if it's a bit too prominent. But yeah, it's in terms of longevity and lasting power, it's a beast. You can smell it straight away. Like, again, I use this room as a reference all the time because this is a small room. As soon as you spray this, it fills it. Like, it completely fills this room, and it stays in here for a while as well. So you spray this on you're gonna have it on you. Like, you're not getting, if you spray it on you and you don't like it, then unfortunately it's tough because it's on there and it will be on there for a while. So yeah, for me, it's a no. So I'm just reading that comment. Yeah, and yeah, I would agree there. I would definitely agree there, Nige. But for me, this is a no. But I can see it being some people's cup of tea if you are oud lovers, because I know there are oud lovers out there. I can't get on with it myself, but if you are a fan of different types of oud, it was probably going to appeal to you, but not for me, unfortunately.
I think it's a bit like your niche fragrances. I think you have a crowd for a particular sort of scent profile, don't you? So with these Middle Eastern ones, the oud can be for a particular sort of crowd who are really into the ouds. They're not sort of as mass appealing as your normal designers that you've got in town.
Yeah, and I think oud is one of those, especially kind of like for a Middle Eastern, like oud is something that kind of like a lot of Middle Eastern countries grow up with. It's a very, like, how most people would, like you say, those crowd pleasing fragrances over here in Western countries, you get. It's familiar, like, your ambroxans and all that kind of stuff. That's very, very familiar. Whereas over in the Middle East, it's more of those ouds and it's the darker resinous kind of stuff. So for someone that appeals to, and to someone that can appreciate that, I feel like this would be for that kind of person that can appreciate an oud. But me, I'm as basic as they come. I can't, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's not going to be for everyone, but for those people that it is going to appeal to, I feel like it's really going to appeal to them.
Yeah. Hi, Hillary, Heather,
Jules.
Nigel.
Sorry, we're not
Rich.
commenting. We're not interacting much with this. With it being a review, we wanted to review that, and we will get to the comments afterwards. We just want to make sure that we're covering everything and we're not getting too distracted by any of the comments. But keep them coming, and we'll address them all at the end. So keep having your old conversations. So do you want me to do another one, or do you want to do yours?
Yeah, I'll go over this one.
Cool.
So this one is called. Can you see that? Supreme.
Supreme.
Supreme. So this one is Eau de Parfum, which you would expect with the crazy ass performance. So the notes on this one is top notes are red fruits and pear. The heart is a floral rose, and the base is amber resins, white musk. So let's give it a blast.
Have you not tried it? Is this a first impression?
Yeah, I've not tried this one.
You get a bit of a mixture here, aren't we?
Yeah.
A bit of a mixture.
So I know this will be a performer.
It sounds quite fruity and nice with the top notes there. It sounds like an interesting combination, to be fair.
I'm picking up them fruits already, just wafting it over here.
Geek waft, geek waft.
Okay.
Okay,
mate.
Okay, mate.
Okay, so you're getting them fruits as it says at the top. You're getting like the musks coming in, blending in with the fruit straight away. So I'm guessing that will probably stay in the dry down. Very, very strong. It's not as I wouldn't say this is a challenging like oudi type of fragrance for a Middle Eastern frag. Would I say it keeps flicking? It's got some good transitions in it, so it's going from the fruity and now it's going like really musky at the bottom. I wouldn't know what sort of season this would fall under, because initially I thought, okay, this could be a type of summer frag, but now it's sort of changing in the dry down. Like I'd probably say it's leaning really musky and the fruits are sort of going.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just getting lots of musk at the bottom of this. Bit of powdery. It's giving me a bit of a sort of dusty, powdery vibe at the bottom.
Sounds appealing.
Yeah, bit woody. I think this one, it's.
Are you gonna wear it? Would you choose it?
Over these two, it would be this one.
Yeah. Okay.
Out of the two, all day probably go for this one. This one would be probably struggle to wear this one, but it's not one where you sniff it and go, oh, flipping out.
Yeah.
It's one that you.
That was my reaction on that last one that I did. I smelt it and I was just like, nope.
Yeah, it's pleasant. But yeah, over the two, this one definitely
cool.
But both are crazy on performance if that's your thing.
Yeah, All of these are like mad strong. So the next ones that I've got. So the one that I'm going to talk about now is called Bidun Esam. I'm probably saying this very, very wrong. Bidunesam, Bidun Esam. And this, again, has got an oud. It's got a Cambodian oud in the base. But in the top, you've got spicy floral. So it's saffron and rose. In the heart, you've got white flowers. Doesn't say which. And then the base, you've got it's musk, amber, and oud. So this one's actually a lot easier and a lot less challenging on the nose. The oud in this one is there, it's present, but because this is quite heavily floral, you get a lot of the floral with it. So you get a lot of those kind of like with like basic florals that come through. So it's very flowery. And then you get the musk and the oud at the kind of like the later part of the sniff, if you will. So
Sniff.
when you smell it, you kind of get this kind of like spicy floral that comes through straight away, and then the oud kicks in the back. And the oud's not that prominent or it's not as prominent in the last one. You can definitely tell it's there. It is, again, it's hard to say who this is for. It's not really my cup of tea, but you can definitely pick out all of the elements of it.
The Middle Eastern master's in the house, and he's asking which one are you talking about?
Bidun Isam. Again, I'm probably saying it wrong. Bidun Isam. But yeah, so it's kind of got, with the flora, it's kind of got this kind of like dishwasher soapy kind of vibe to it, like a soapy washer kind of vibe to it. Like it's an interesting one. It's never one that I think that I would choose myself to wear, because I think it's a little bit too strong for me. It's too much of a presence, like a statement. Like when you're wearing this, because it's killer powerful. But I think it's too strong for me. It's just too strong for me. But it's a lot easier to wear than the last one. So this would appeal to a lot more people because it's got the floral aspect to it. It's kind of got a spiciness to it, and it's got the woodiness of the oud as well. So there's a lot more to do with this one, rather than the last one, because I feel like that is just kind of like too oudy. But this one, it would appeal to more people. Probably just not me. And then the last one that I've got is Touch Oud, or Oud Touch. I don't know which way it is. It's just on this box. It's just like Touch Oud, Oud Touch. So it's either Oud Touch or Touch Oud. And this is a lot lighter. So this is probably the easiest one to wear out of the 3 samples that I've got here. So in the top you've got lemon, in the heart you've got lavender and vanilla, and then in the base you've got oud and frankincense. So this is a lot easier to wear. It's a lot lighter. It feels quite bright. The lemon is, even though it's the top note, and lemon is quite an effervescent note, so you would assume lemon to kind of like get away quite quickly. I feel like the lemon almost kind of like attaches itself to the vanilla, and it kind of gives a tangy sweetness, which is really, really nice, because the base of it's really quite dry. So with the lemon and the vanilla, you get a mixture of kind of like a sweetness with a dry base. Which
is it like a fruity lemon, or is it like a sort of cleaning lemon? Or
it almost feels like a lemon pledge, but the lemon isn't too in your face. It's not pungent like it. Like I said, because it attaches itself, I feel like it attaches itself to the vanilla quite well. So I feel like the sweetness of the vanilla softens the sharpness of the lemon. The lemon almost feels quite neroli-y with that kind of, you know what, neroli sometimes can smell a bit like lemon pledge. It kind of has that vibe to it. But like I said, with it being tied in with the vanilla, it makes it sweet. I would actually wear this one. I would wear this one because, like I said, the oud is there, but it feels more of like a woody oud rather than an oudy oud. But yeah, this is. I think you'd struggle to wear it in the summer, in the high heat, because of the sweetness and how and the base of it being quite dry. This is probably one for autumn, winter, again, because it is killer strong as well. Even with it being feeling a bit lighter, the strength of it is insane. I find these like uber strong.
This one's calmed down quite a lot, and you've got a bit of sweetness coming through, as opposed to where it was like very musky. It's got better on the dry down. I think sometimes it can be too loud on the opening, it's like bang, and you're like, whoa.
And I think that's
much.
that's what you have to kind of consider when going for, like, especially kind of like Middle Eastern fragrances can, as Nige said, some Middle Eastern fragrances can really be hit or miss. And I think with a lot of Middle Eastern fragrances, they are very powerful, like very, very powerful fragrances. So I feel like you need to kind of consider that when choosing to, whether or not you blind buy them or not, but you have to consider that when choosing it, because they can pack a punch. And sometimes it can almost be a detriment to the fragrance, even if the fragrance is nice and you think it would be quite appealing to quite a lot of people. If it's too strong, regardless of how nice it smells, it's literally going to make people cough and choke them out. So I feel like there needs to be a balance of this, and I feel like all of these are on borderline of being almost too strong, because, like I said, a small spray of any one of these fills a room easily fills a room. But again, like you said at the beginning, you have to weigh that up on whether or not that's your thing, because a lot of people like to be noticed from fragrance as soon as they walk into the room. And if you're wearing any one of these fragrances that we've discussed now, that's going to that will happen without a doubt. People will smell you over anything, because these are powerful as anything. Try not to swear, but no, these are powerful as shit. They really are.
This one's giving me a tiny bit. Yeah, I don't believe it's an interpretation of it at all, but it's giving me vibes of Silver Mountain Water.
Oh, okay.
A hint. There's something in it that reminds me that's within that, but this isn't a interpretation of that. To be fair, I thought all of them would be sort of interpretations of different stuff, as opposed to, as soon as I smelt that, I was like, okay, that's Tuscan leather. Whereas I don't believe that any of these are probably interpretation.
And I think Barry's right here. He says probably that we tend to spray fragrances like a normal designer ones that are designed to be sprayed, multiple times. Sometimes, people can spray 20 times at a go. And for designer fragrances can go away within 2 hours, and it's fine. You can spray 20 sprays and within a couple of hours it's gone. You spray these 20 times, you're smelling like that till the grave. Like
this
will stay
one
for life.
Is no fucking.
It's no joke.
No, this ain't no sissy sprayer frag where you go about 20 times all over. You need probably half a spray, not even that. And
seriously, you spray these 20 times, it will embed into your DNA. They're that strong. So seriously, like one spray on the wrist, you then dab it like that, and you're good to go. Like, you really are good to go.
This one, I think, stuck to my carpet in my bedroom. I sprayed it, and then I was just walking into my room. I was like, I can still smell it. It just dropped on the carpet, and it must have just it'd be an amazing air freshener.
Yeah. So I think the overall assessment and the review of this is that, like, I have to be honest in this review. I don't, even though I know that we were sent these, and you've got to be honest. But for the majority of these, I like Tuscan leather, and I'd be very interested on smelling that one. But the three I've got here, there's only probably one that I would personally wear, but my tastes are very basic. They would appeal to some people, but I feel like they would appeal to a smaller amount of people than the general population. I feel like they're more targeted towards people that know specifically what they want, and because they are quite strong and oody. So if that's your bag, go for it. Absolutely go for it.
I think this is very much your closest to your sort of designer-ish frags.
And from the pricing, from the pricing on the website as well, they're all fairly reasonably priced as well. So you're not going to be spending, be paying £1 million for them and stuff like that. So if it's your thing, then it's your thing. But I think if I'm having to be honest, and I have to be honest, that's not my thing. but not everything is going to be your thing. And I think that especially with Middle Eastern fragrances, because we aren't so used to these types of notes in our fragrance as heavily as they are, it may just take a while for us to kind of like catch up to those notes and those fragrances. And, used to say that'll ever happen. I don't know, but the more you smell, the more you get used to, the more you can kind of appreciate. But, I think
it's weird because there's a lot of Middle Eastern frags that I've got that are totally different to these like mythical, classic, and
but I think you also have to consider that just because they're Middle Eastern doesn't mean that they're going to be kind of like oody and resinous and thick. I mean, there's a lot of Middle Eastern fragrance houses out there that predominantly just produce interpretations of and clones of.
Well, look at your Ragba.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just like a vanilla bomb.
Yeah.
But there's like I said, there's other houses that literally make interpretations of designer fragrances. So it's not all just oud and that kind of stuff. So there's a lot out there, and I think that it all really depends on your preference, really. And I think if we're getting back to these specific fragrances, you do kind of have to have a proclivity for oud, especially for the ones that I've got here. You do have to have that, a liking for it, because if you don't, it's never gonna tickle your pickle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So they're definitely worth taking a look at if that's your kind of thing. And I think Nigel said earlier on in the chat, this is kind of like right up kind of like Barry's kind of avenue, because he's in love with all of his Middle Eastern fragrances, and this is the kind of stuff that he really likes to get his nose into. So I'd be very interested to know what he would think of these fragrances, to be fair, because it'd be interesting to get someone's opinion on them that does have an affinity for this type of fragrance.
I think he's done some already.
Oh, well, there you go. Well, let us know, Barry.
I'm sure he has.
Let us know. But yeah, it'd be like, because I would love to know what other people smell that are used to this type of fragrance, like how they would explain it and describe it. Because when I smell a really strong oud, all I can go is like, it just makes me kind of like recoil a little bit. I'd love to know what people pick up that I can't because of the initial harshness. But yeah, so I suppose that's just me.
Yes. Cool. So check out Barry's video. He's not long done that.
I must have missed it. I'll have to go back.
Like the I think it was the Bissan one.
The Bidden Issam.
Yeah, I'm sure he had that.
Yeah. I mean, they've definitely got power,
strength,
craft. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've definitely got that. Yeah. But it's, like I said, it's worth checking them out if that's your kind of thing. So superfragrances.co.uk, was it?
That's it. Yeah.
So Baz thinks these are more niche Middle Eastern fragrances. No, I would agree, because they are very particular from what I've smelt. So that's your thing. Go get it. If it's not your thing, then don't. We're not holding a gun to your head. We're not making you. So do what you want. Live your own life. Be free.
Be gentle.
Be gentle. Be free. Yeah. Do it slowly.
Before we go, what's everyone wearing today?
That was a bit of a personal question.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Do it slow. Do it sexy.
We want to know what you're wearing. We want to know what you're wearing. Fragrance-wise, I think it's quite important to say, fragrance-wise, what are you wearing? See, Tony, I'm full of them. Full of great advice. Oh, Barry, nothing. You filthy.
Go on, Bazza. Always.
You filthy
always
man.
commando, that guy.
You know what I'm wearing today?
Yeah.
I'm wearing Boss. It was weird because it's been a bit of a colder day. Boss Bottle Tonic. Just saw it earlier on. And I was like, I'm throwing you all over me, because you can overspray that like loads because it's not really that strong. It's just quite fresh and it's nice, and it's just like I'm all about that. But yeah, I chucked like 10 sprays on me, and I was just like, yeah, fresh.
What I've been doing at the minute, I've been putting a few 2 different frags on each wrist, and checking with my 2 daughters, which one do you like best? Which one do you like best? They will give a proper, honest opinion, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let me have a sniff." So I'll tell you this one. So Sophia, my eldest, we were coming back on a train, and she just randomly started taking the piss out of me on the train, and she was there going, "Hi, I'm Nick at Talking Review. I've got my fragrances. Subscribe." And I was like, "What are you doing? Taking the piss out of me?"
That's incredible.
But yeah. So what is Heather? Oh, and a dress. Tony, didn't expect anything different, mate. Was that for when you go boxing? Get them out in the changing room.
I think it's worth saying as well, anyone that watches this is tonight or today that watches it before tomorrow. We've got a return of someone that we've not seen for a while on lives, haven't we? We've got Mr. 2 Cents Worth himself, the original YouTube,
the original DJ. Maestro of lives,
the original YouTube DJ, fragrance DJ. I'm really looking forward to this, Nige. Like I used to love when you did those, and I know that obviously you stopped because like things started to go back to normal and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I'll be definitely joining in some of the chat tomorrow, because I imagine it's probably going to get, with it being a bit of a break and back into it, I imagine it probably will get a bit lively. So Tony might even take off that leopard skin thong, throw it in Beck's face, maybe. I don't know.
He might send it to Nige in the post for a fragrance review.
Yeah, give that a sniff and let me know what you think. No.
Yeah. Tell me the base notes.
That's me. That's absolutely
so yeah, definitely go check that out, because it's going to be fun, and I'm sure Nigel's been putting loads of work into it. So
what time is it on, Nigel? I think it's a bit earlier than you usually did it, isn't it? Isn't it like 8:30 or something like that?
I think it was like 1:45. I think about 15 minutes before he'd normally do it, I think.
Oh, right, okay.
I think anyway. I'm sure I saw a post.
Things have changed a lot since I was last on, mate. You just do you. I won't worry about what anyone else is doing on YouTube. What you did before was great, so just keep doing it. People don't like it.
8:50.
Cool. 8:50. Cool. Yeah, I'll be there, drink in hand.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I can't wait. I genuinely am excited for it as well. Like I'm looking forward to it. It feels like killed me off, because work is mad busy at the minute. But if work hasn't killed me off, I'll definitely be down to party.
I feel like now the summer's gone, I think the lives have started to pick back up.
Yeah,
I'm seeing loads of lives coming on now. I
think it's only natural as well, isn't it? Because like nights are drawing in a little bit more. You don't really want to be going out. You don't really want to be going out in the colder weather. Yeah. I think now, like Halloween and stuff like that coming up, I think more people are still wanting to be going out. But when like that really cold weather starts to hit in like November, everyone's going to want to be staying in. So it's perfect, isn't it? If you've got nothing to do, you want to stay in a cozy night in, whack on 2 cents worth. Whack that shit on. No pressure, mate. There is no pressure.
You always smash it.
Just have a laugh. We always do. We always do.
But yeah, it's been great to see you all in the chat. And
it's like the original gang is back together again.
Yeah, boy.
Tony, you mentioned something about Bond review. We're going to start doing a few more kind of like shorter movie reviews and stuff like that. I've gone to see quite a few things, and there's just a lot of stuff going on, kind of like personal at the minute. So I've not done a lot of kind of like pre-recorded reviews or anything like that. Nick's kind of like been kind of manning that, and I've just been getting involved in kind of like the live stuff. But hopefully over the next month or so, things should start to die down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll be hoping to get back into to doing some pre-recorded reviews and stuff like that. So I'm hoping to get to go to watch Halloween tomorrow night if I can pluck up the courage and not. I'll have to take an extra pair of pants, I think, because that's going to scare the shit out of me. There's a few. So, but we're also toying with kind of like doing maybe kind of like say shorter reviews and things like that, so that we can maybe just do it on the phone on the go and stuff like that. So, but Bond, I think me and Nick had different opinions on Bond. But yeah, I suppose that's a different discussion for a different.
I want to watch that Dune. June
looks good.
Yeah, it's supposed to be quite an epic film to go and watch.
I know a lot of people that have read the book, and they absolutely rave about the book. And they said if this movie is anything close to what the book is, it's going to be incredible. And looking at it visually, it looks insane. That's definitely going to be one for an IMAX viewing. Like I want my seat to be shaking to fuck on that one.
It's going to be beastie. And Batman trailer's dropping on Saturday. New one.
Baby. Yeah, we're probably going to do something in a way of a live in a live, maybe either. It's probably going to be next week, isn't it? Let's be honest. It'll be at some point next week to discuss all things kind of like DC fandom, because there's a DC fandom at the weekend, and it's going to have like new reviews. It's going to have new news about DC, and I think the big highlight of it is going to have the new Batman trailer, which me and Nick are literally can't like we're frothing. Ready for. So I'm very, very excited, because if it's anything even close to how epic that first trailer was, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need a towel near me.
Full on seeping.
It's gonna be jizz everywhere. I'm not even gonna lie, it's gonna be jizz everywhere. I played poker once in a thong, but that's for another day. And I mean, just in a thong. Right. I think that's probably a good place to kind of, I mean, I'm quite intrigued. I am quite intrigued, but I suppose we can ask you a little bit more about that tomorrow night after a few beverages, Nige, if you're willing to divulge.
Nige could turn up in Tony's thong tomorrow.
I think everyone wants to see that really now, don't they? But I think so there's a couple of things that we've got coming up, and we're looking forward to. Yeah, next week is we're really looking forward to this DC fandom with us. I think more so than anything, just the Batman trailer. If we're being honest, let's just call it as it is. It's just a Batman trailer. We could probably spend about 2 hours just talking about that, to be fair. So but yeah, we'll see. And but if you're all going to be in Nigel's live tomorrow, we'll see you all in the chat. And there, if not, we'll see you next time. And I'm going to be finding out what the reveals are. Obviously, we're going to still be doing the reveals for the essential live review, live sniffings and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll be around for a bit. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
See you later, mofos.
I think Nick's internet just completely cut out there. Just completely cut out, because I just heard, see you later.
It was see you later, mofos.
Oh, okay. So it was a goodbye. And it cut out.
Gentle, subtle.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll say it again. See you later. Goodbye. Stay safe. Love you all. Goodbye.
Bye.